be telling her she's not okay. Well, we are live.
Oh,
Yes,
spoke live from UAW
yes.
652. Good morning, everyone.
A warning there. So
When did that happen? When did we go?
we don't say anything.
We went live 11 seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
We go live at 5:35.
Is that what time it is? That's what time it is.
That's what time it is.
Oh, I can't hear him at all, but that's okay. He has a new microphone today.
Oh,
To
yeah.
Ray.
What was wrong with your other one?
No, it's Dick has a new
Dick
microphone.
has a new
Oh, Dick.
microphone.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you get your? And you're using the old headset that we used to use.
Yeah.
What happened to the Samson mic?
I got the mic and I got a cord, but it doesn't connect properly.
Oh, okay.
So this mic works just fine.
That sounds fine. So yeah.
You don't want to hear what we talk about, Patrick, before we go live. You don't. That's why we're always looking, because
We want to know if you all have your T-shirts on. Is what
Yes.
we want to know.
Oh,
yes,
right.
we do.
That's correct.
I didn't get a text from the producer, but I just happened to hear.
Oh, right. Yeah, me too. I just
I should have sent out a reminder. That's what Kim reminded
I didn't know
me to
we were
remind you guys.
starting,
Yeah. So
but see,
You got it though.
we're on it.
you got it.
Can't get one past me.
Good that you're listening.
I got to empty that bug killer, Dana.
How many?
Oh, it filled up quick.
Wow. I got mine in April. I just emptied it like last week.
Oh, wow. Mine would be
PJH Construction.
overflowing.
Yeah.
PJ Monday, T-shirt
Make sure you
Tuesday,
have your.
Wednesday wine picks,
Oh, I didn't hear that. You have to.
Film Club Friday.
I didn't hear it.
W. Smith Show.
I just making it up.
760.
Yeah, he's just making it up as he's going.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It's the 18th of August. Yikes. The 231st day of 2020. There are 135 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Oh, make each and every day count.
Oh, yes.
Each
Nice.
day is a gift.
Love
Is that what it says? I can't read it
Yes,
back.
it does.
Yeah. On the back it says,
Regards. Paul W.
regards,
Smith.
Paul W. Smith.
That's you?
Kim had these made up a long time ago.
Really?
There it is.
Oh.
So there you are. So it's a T-shirt Tuesday, and if you have a T-shirt on, we want to know what your T-shirt says as well. From our social media viewers and listeners to our 760 AM WJR listeners at 5:39 on this Tuesday morning. We're all here. The gang is here. Dick just finished his news and information. Dana Clark is here to provide her news and information regarding the weather and the traffic and whatever else is on her mind. Brian Morton is back at the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, the only one of us in the building. We're all still home and doing our shows from where we sit. And, of course, Kim is alongside in the home office here in the Smith abode. And though the barrister may be toes up, he's nearby as well, our executive producer, Ann Thomas.
Good morning. Good morning, Dub. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you. Oh, coffee has arrived. Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, wow.
She's wearing her
Boy, oh,
she's
boy.
wearing her T-shirt, and she's wearing a robe that says grumpy. The T-shirt says she's going to have to come close because it's small print. There is no finer moment than watching a sporting event in your underpants while eating processed meats.
Wow.
Steve Courtney, quote, Steve Courtney, Super Bowl 2012.
Oh, wow.
She had that made up for Courtney back then around the Super Bowl. She kept one for herself, apparently. I don't have a copy of that. I hope Steve still has his.
That's cute.
So we have our T-shirts on. We have our gang. Hail, hail. The gang is all here, tuned in and ready to go. We have the headline of the Detroit Free Press, Dems, ... heal America's divide. The thing that was bothersome, let's see, that's time for Tigers to prove kids are all right. 2 missing after boat capsizes in the Detroit River. One of them, a well-known priest. I don't know who the other one was. I don't know if they released all that or not. The Detroit News, feds propose path to eliminate UAW corruption. Appointment of independent monitor likely key to agreement. Help wanted, Mackinac businesses face labor shortage up in the island. Oh, boy. And Sanders shows path forward for progressives. That's Ann had mentioned that she thought that Bernie Sanders did a nice job at the convention last night. And I looked up and I thought I saw Barrister Battersby, but it's his brother, Bishop Gerard Battersby, in the corner of the newspaper here. And if you just glance quickly, you think that might be Edmund, but that's his brother,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So there you go. He's hugging people and trying to soothe them with the loss of the beloved priest and the other gentleman. I think it was a gentleman.
Yes,
two
it
people
was.
that missed in the capsized boat. We watched well, I won't speak for everybody, but some of us watched the convention last night. We're going to talk a little bit about that when we come back. Right now, it is 5:42.
This report is sponsored by the podcast The Piketon Massacre.
They had snuck in the night and committed these murders.
8 people dead, all from the same family.
We couldn't believe something like that would happen here.
Listen to the Piketon Massacre wherever you get your podcasts.
We'll be sure to do that. Let's find out how we're doing in our WJR traffic and weather first, and Dana Clark.
Traffic First, sponsored by the Mechanical Contractors Association of Detroit. When your commercial, industrial, public, or residential project calls for plumbers, pipe fitters, or HVAC service technicians, the Mechanical Contractors Association of Detroit connects you with the very best, highly skilled and trained union contractors. To get started on your next project, visit mcadetroit.org. Ambassador Bridge, a 30-minute delay for trucks southbound between the U.S. and Canada. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Gordon Chevrolet, where not only do you pick your payments, but now pick your program. Need to pull ahead your lease? Do you need GM employee pricing or a low payment with 0 interest? Let Gordon Chevrolet help you find it on Ford Road, just west of Merriman in Garden City, GordonChevrolet.com. Gordon Chevrolet, find new roads.
Plenty of high pressure means plenty of sunshine. Might see a few clouds around this morning. Otherwise sunny. Sunny this afternoon, 79. Tonight clear, very comfortable. How about 57 degrees? The suburbs will be even cooler. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 78. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitching on News Talk 760 WJR.
All right, Ray, 5:44 on this Tuesday morning edition of the Paul W. Smith Show, T-shirt Tuesday. And we've got Rush Limbaugh checking in. Rush?
The rich are in the news. I love when the rich are in the news. New York Governor Cuomo openly worrying that rich New Yorkers have had enough. They won't stay in his high-tax, high-crime state even after the virus fades. Hint, they're already gone, Governor. Apparently, West Coast liberals have the same fear. Democrat lawmaker introduced a bill that would force rich Californians to pay a wealth surtax even if they leave the state. State Assemblyman Bob Bonta wants to levy the additional tax on Californians worth more than $30 million. He claims this would only affect 30,000 people and would supposedly raise $8 billion. The kicker, if rich Californians try to avoid the wealth tax by fleeing, they'd still have to pay the tax for 10 years. The first year after leaving, they'd pay 90% of the tax. The tax would decrease by 10% every year after that. Assemblyman Bonta says that after all, these rich people accumulated their wealth while in California, so why shouldn't California tax them after they leave? What nerve. This brazen plan is theft, it's extortion, it's punishment, all rolled into one. And it's pure socialism, which is what the Democrat Party has become. If you are successful in life, Democrats see you as a target and a suspect. And now they don't even bother trying to hide it. You should try hiding what you have.
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR. Now, I'm admittedly, I've only had 2 sips of coffee. Did he just say that taxing people who have $30 million or more in California would only affect 30,000 people, or was it 3,000 people? Are there 30,000 people in California worth $30 million or more? Does that make sense? I don't know.
It's a big state. Yeah. It could be.
30,000 people worth 30 million or more.
Could be, yeah.
That's
that could be.
As Ann might say, that's a lot of potatoes for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But we are seeing people are getting the heck out of California. They're getting out of New York City. New York City is a hellhole.
It's because
of nothing left. There's. I'm sorry to say that, Dana, with your hometown, but people are getting out as quickly as they can. Let's face it. What was the draw? One of the big draws for New York City was all the stuff that went on in New York City. Mm-hmm. Whenever you were in New York City, you were in a vibrant, vital place with lots going on. Well, there's nothing going on now. Certainly the arts, the culture that people thought existed or did exist, and the Broadway shows and all the other stuff, none of it's available anymore.
Well, and you're in close quarters. I mean,
you're on top of each other.
Right. You're in danger of getting the virus. A lot easier. So Clay and Ron say it's 30,000. They're listening.
It is 30,000?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Clay and Ron said 30,000.
Thank you, Clay and Ron. 30,000. Yikes.
Now, Dana, what does your shirt say?
My shirt says Detroit versus everybody.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
but it should be us versus COVID. I might get it retimed.
They might have it at the Detroit store already.
They have it. Yes, that's what my shirt says today.
All right, now, Dick, what does yours say?
It says in and out.
In and out.
Kim got that.
That's the one Kim got you.
Yes, California.
Kim got that in California for you. Yeah, I remember.
I would die for one of those burgers right now. I shouldn't be so dramatic, so I'll change it.
I'm in the same. I would say I wouldn't say I would die for one. I would die if I had one right now.
Paul W. Smith Show. News Talk 760.
Mine says love Michigan.
Oh, I love it. Cute.
What did yours say? And
love Michigan.
Love Michigan.
Nice. Love Michigan.
Detroit versus everybody. In-N-Out burger for Dick. Michigan. And mine is make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. We've got our T-shirt Tuesday underway here at 5:48 on the Paul W. Smith Show on WJR. I watched it from the beginning to the end.
Me too.
I kind of wish that the governor had taped her speech so they could have hit the button at the right time to start it, rather than us looking at her like a deer in headlights waiting for them to cue her, and they didn't cue her, and they didn't cue her, and they didn't cue her. Finally, they cued her. All of us cued her. We all said, "Okay, you're on." And then when it was over, where it might have been more dramatic if it ended and they went to the next thing, they kept her right there again when it was over, and she did her part. She stayed still and all of that. But anyway, all in all, I thought she did an okay job. Her history is a little wrong. It wasn't just Barack Obama and Joe Biden who saved the auto industry, but a lot of history was rewritten last night and will continue to be by both sides in this political.
So, Dub, there was she had a hot mic moment just before she went live.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
It is all over the social media and the newspapers this morning.
I missed it.
She made a little joke, I guess, about Shark Week and then uttered an expletive. And it wasn't live at the convention, but the stream was already live. And so
now you got me intrigued. So I didn't see it on the front page, but so just before they went to her, they had her mic open. And all of us in this business have learned the lesson a long time
Hot
ago.
mic moment.
If there's a mic in front of you and you aren't controlling it, consider it on at all times. Many a
One of
politician
Mayor Coleman Young's favorite words.
Yes.
that she used.
She said Shark Week, blank, blank. And she did make the crowd laugh.
The F-bomb?
The F-bomb.
Two words that go into one.
Yeah, 2 words. Shark Week, blank, blank.
Blank you?
Okay.
I don't
I'll
know.
spell it out for you.
Here comes here. I'm sorry, and I'm a
Your
pretty good
mother wouldn't appreciate it.
There we go.
Oh no, my mother was in theater. She's heard it all. Whitmer mouths expletive. Did she mouth it or say it? Says Whitmer mouths expletive in hot mic moment.
You could see it, and I believe people could hear it.
Social media was buzzing Monday over an apparent hot mic moment in which Governor Gretchen Whitmer mouthed, it says here, mouthed, when usually means, not saying it, but mouthing it, but you could tell what they're saying when they do it. But anyway, Whitmer mouthed an expletive just prior to her live speech to the Democrat National Convention. Whitmer's comments were not picked up on network TV broadcasts, but apparently were heard on a live stream feed. So that's why I didn't hear it, because I was there. I was watching.
Yeah, right.
I didn't hear it or see it.
Right, exactly.
So it all was on the live stream stuff. And
More people have heard it online than they would have heard it during her speech had she said it.
Yes. There were at least 70,000 people on that stream.
Okay.
I don't even get the joke, though. It's not Shark Week. It's Shark Week expletive. Anyway, okay. I don't know. I wasn't that.
Well, that was the most exciting thing that happened that evening, I'll tell you. Yeah. Because it was terrible.
Terrible. It was terrible.
Terrible.
You think it was terrible?
They didn't get any.
It was kind of low key.
It was overproduced.
It was low key, and it was, I don't know how they're going to get 4 days. I mean, I don't know what the viewership was last night, but it'll be down by multiples
by everybody
tonight. Only people like us. How many computers do you have?
My wife's be low for Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, though, people will pay attention to Biden.
Yeah,
I get 2 computers to look at here.
You got
not counting my own.
I never want to.
All right, okay. So that's what we look like on this. All right, thank you, sweetheart. Here's I hate to nitpick, but I'll nitpick. First of all, the auto industry wasn't saved by just Barack Obama and Joe Biden. The auto industry got
what Governor Whitmer says.
It got its first bit of help from President George W. Bush, but they conveniently left that out. And also the auto workers who had to sacrifice a tremendous amount helped save the auto industry, by the way. But the stuff that really is bothersome right now is, and it's the Democrats glom onto these things, and people seem to eat it up and buy it. And the latest is pretending that this president has destroyed the United States Postal Service. I mean, folks, let's pay attention here for just a moment. The United States Postal Service has a documented history of financial struggles. This is coming from this News Talk second edition and that we look at that has ideas. It is a totally liberal Democrat piece and topic pulse, it's called. But even they have to admit that the post office has been in trouble going back forever. Here's some of the headlines. Postal Service plans to end Saturday mail delivery by August. That's from February 2013 in the Washington Post. Trump was not president. United States Postal Service studies closing 3,700 locations. That's from the very conservative NPR, July of 2011. U.S. Postal Service reports $15.9 billion loss. The always conservative New York Times, November 2012. Postal Service to slash more than 3,000 jobs. CNN, March 2009. Fact Box, why the Postal Service is going bankrupt. Reuters, February of 2012. So please, Democrats, just like I tell the Republicans to stop picking on our governor for what happened in nursing homes, which, by the way, happened around the country and around the world. So find something else to complain about with her. And might I say to the Democrats, find something else to get all up in arms about and rush back to Washington to save the Postal Service that this president has ruined. I'm tired of the lying. I'm sick and tired of it in the name of politics. If there's spectrum and scene so that we can make honest decisions about who we want to have lead us. There's plenty of things to complain about with all the parties involved. Let's not continue to make things up. And something's happening with our computers. And everybody went away for a moment and then came back again. So anyway, that's the one thing that was especially bothersome. They all had these talking points, and they all had to do with how the president is stealing the election by ruining the United States Postal Service. I'm afraid the United States Postal Service has been ruined for years and failing for years. This is not a new story. So that's that. Geez, don't make me watch it again tonight. And the next night. And the next night.
We have 4 more days.
I'll skip
next
to
week.
Thursday. No, I don't. I'll give them each the first night and the last night. That's what I'll do at this point, as far as I know.
I'm in all the
Depends on where I am. It is 5:57 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast The Piketon Massacre.
They had snuck in the night and committed these murders.
8 people dead, all from the same family.
We couldn't believe something like that would happen here.
Listen to the Piketon Massacre wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, I think it's done. It kept cutting out. Let's find out what's happening with our WJR traffic and weather first. Miss Dana Clark.
Nice and quiet out there, Paul W. Looking at construction along 696 westbound between Woodward and Coolidge. The right lane is closed through September 11th. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Shelving.com. Shelving.com, a Michigan family business offering Detroit-made durable Unirack brand pallet racking. Maximize space in your manufacturing facility, warehouse, school, and home. Celebrate 60 years with Shelving.com. Get a free warehouse safety pallet rack survey and 11% off. That's Shelving.com. We rack your world. Well, we are not expecting rain anytime soon. It's going to be comfortable and dry over the next several days. Temps actually below average for today. Sunshine, 78 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, low 58. Our first chance of rain looks like Sunday, so definitely need to water the grass and the flowers. Clear skies, 64 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in about 2 minutes.
Was everything dropping out to anyone else?
Yes.
I think it was you, though, because for a few minutes you were frozen. So if we notice that again, we'll have you log out and log back in.
Talking about me?
Yeah, you were frozen on my screen.
Yeah.
But it was Dana who I heard cut out.
But I think it was because your connection was like for a few minutes you were just like that.
Do it again, Annie. What was he?
So should I log out and start up again now that we're in a break here?
You're
moving
good now.
nicely now. You look
I
good.
think Dick, something was wrong with his mic, so I think he went. Oh no, he usually does his.
He had a brand new mic. I wanted. I didn't hear him speak enough to know if it really. It didn't.
Not to me.
Either no.
But I'm not the engineer, so.
I got the note from Ray last night that it was way better. In fact, he sent me a test of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got that too.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that different. So I don't know.
Somebody just said here that their T-shirt. Oh, Bill Bray said my T-shirt says 2008 Detroit Lions 0-16. Come on, Bill. Let's see here. Yes, December 19th, George W. Bush announced that he had approved the bailout plan, which would give loans of $17.4 billion to U.S. automakers GM and Chrysler, stating that under present economic conditions, quote, allowing the U.S. auto industry to collapse is not a responsible course of action. Bush provided $13.4 billion now, with another $4 billion available. In February of 2009, funds would be made available from the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act of 2008. General Motors would get $9.4 billion, Chrysler $4 billion. And somehow they changed the name from George W. Bush. Our governor changed the name of George W. Bush to Barack Obama and Joe Biden. You can't just change history and not think somebody isn't going to pay attention enough to say, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right.
Well, you know, that was an interesting time because President Bush worked with the incoming president, President Obama. They actually worked together on that package because we were in an election year. And it would have been smart to be accurate about it and include everyone because it was a bipartisan effort on the part of our presidents.
Well, all I asked was that they concluded George W. Bush, and they went out of the way not to include George W. Bush. That was December 19th, and Barack Obama was not president.
But here's what happened.
Bush was.
It was a fascinating thing that occurred because what ended up happening was by that time, Barack Obama had been elected president. And George Bush worked with him. They worked together. They were all together in a room trying to figure out a way to save the industry. It was awesome what they did. And it was bipartisan, and it would have been smart to say that. And they were getting a lot of flack from some congressmen and women from around the country who didn't want to save the auto industry. And they handled it, and thank God they did what they did. Right. But it was a very interesting time in our history because guess what? They didn't fight. They worked together.
Save the industry. And by the way, that's the second Bush in a row to be screwed by the Democrats. The first one was George H.W. Bush, who said, read my lips, no new taxes. And then he was convinced by Democrats he had to get some new taxes. So he did it. And they used that against him when he was running for office and in everything else he did. So what I'm doing is something most unusual, and I didn't see any of it last night. I'm actually reporting facts about the history of what's happened in this country. And that's not what the Democrats did last night. They had the president ruining the United States Postal Service, and I've already given you the years and years of headlines from Democrat-controlled, liberal-controlled media talking about how bad the United States Postal Service was and how bad off they were. So it's nothing new, but it's something else.
You know what is new, though?
You
know what is new about the Postal Service? Why is it so slow? I mean, my mail is coming at 7:00 at night.
Mine is too. Yeah, remember me talking about seeing the guy out there at 20 to 9? Poor guy had been working since 6 in the morning. Overtime had been cut. Well, I'll tell you why. Because somebody is trying to get them in order to stop hemorrhaging billions of dollars. And to do that, you're going to cut costs.
I thought it was COVID maybe, though, because here in Farmington, for a while, when we were really in the thick of it, they were saying that we would not get the mail every day. We would get it every other day because some postal workers had come down with the virus.
Well, many of them were afraid and didn't show up for work. And apparently, this is, again, one of those places, government places where they fund their pension and do all these other things. I mean, those are pretty good jobs when you get a job at the Postal Service. At least it used to be. Now they're running them ragged, and there are a lot of people dropping out and deciding that they don't want to do this anymore and stuff. It's been a problem for a while. And there's a new postmaster general, and he's trying to stop the hemorrhaging, which means cutting out the overtime and a lot of other stuff. I was told by somebody in the mail business that it's run like a military operation. They use a military clock, and all that stuff, which I didn't know. And they said it's just not run well and hasn't been for a very, very long time.
Well, let's just raise it to $1. This little 47 cent, 48 cent, 49 cent, raise it to $1. We can help out, and maybe that will bring in a little bit more money.
I don't know. I think they've had a lot of money thrown at them to lose those kinds of figures.
Okay.
The billions of dollars each year. I'm not sure it's money. I think a lot of it has to do with management. I don't know how long this guy's been in there.
I think he's relatively new, Deb.
Fairly new.
Yeah, appointed by the president, and no, the post office, as you said, Paul W., has been having problems for a long time. But I think why it's coming to light now is that President Trump is, against this mail-in voting. So I think that's why the spotlight is more on the post office.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It's August 18th, the 231st day of 2020. There are 135 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. 135 days left in the year. But who's counting? We are. I wish I could say that all of our problems end with the end of 2020. I am thoroughly convinced that is not the case, as we've seen cancellations now for events going into 2021. The Rockettes Christmas show is already canceled, far away, and so many other things. In fact, anybody who thinks we've got something going on, we should be informed, right, Ann, about any broadcast, because everything that's been on the calendar has gone by the wayside. Right. Without much discussion. So when one comes up that we are still going to do, better let us know.
I don't think we have any.
I have a special broadcast this coming Saturday?
29th, Deb.
This coming, or a week from this Saturday? It's the 29th?
It's the 29th.
Yeah. A week from this Saturday, and that's after we were assured we had nothing going
virtual,
on.
Right? It's a virtual.
Well, it is. It's going to be virtual now. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do it from right here, and that's fine.
Yeah,
on a Saturday, help our guys out at Victor's Roofing. Happy to do that. The inside outside guys are going to help out too. Now, I don't know if they're going to be at the house that's getting the roof. This whole active serviceman or woman or veterans package. Then they're giving away a roof, a re-roofing. They might be actually the actual house once that's picked out. Although I did mention that to Ray, the engineer we all deal with, Ray Templin, and he wasn't aware of it yet. But they can set things up pretty quickly. That's what our engineers do and do very well. All right, so enough on that, and the little sidebar story about the governor getting caught in a hot mic moment, which has apparently the social media all Twitter, all abuzz. Today, ladies, August 18th, 1920, and I'm not cutting you out of this, Dick, although it's the 19th Amendment to the Constitution guaranteeing all American women's right to vote, was ratified on this day, August 18th, 1920, as Tennessee became the 36th state to approve it, and therefore the amendment to the Constitution guaranteeing all American women's right to vote happened on this day in 1920.
Excellent.
Do you guys celebrate that in any special way? Or?
No, just
by voting. By voting.
Make sure we vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I missing? Usually there's some love on your show.
Oh, didn't turn it on today.
I see no love
man,
coming our way.
We got to start over. We got to start the
All right,
whole
everyone, go back to bed. I'll see you in 5 hours, which would be just perfect. For me. 1894, on this day, Congress established the Bureau of Immigration. And then in 1969, the Woodstock Music and Art Fair in Bethel, New York, wound to a close after 3 nights. And a historic mid-morning set by the one and only Jimi Hendrix.
That was quite an art fair, wasn't it?
That was, I didn't remember any art at all, but I mean, it was an art fair and music fair, and they talked mostly about music, and they played their music. I don't remember. Does anyone remember any talk or any memory of them having some art on display. I don't remember.
Even the hundreds of thousands that were there remember very little about it.
Well, they don't even remember the music, the hundreds of thousands that were there. There's some bad marijuana going around. Please
Sorry.
look out for it. Please stay away from the bad marijuana. You don't want to take that.
Oh, boy.
Today is National Ice Cream Pie Day.
Love it.
When was the last time any of us had a piece of ice cream pie? Dana?
3 days ago.
Oh, go ahead, Dick.
Wow.
Dick,
3
you
days
had ice
ago.
cream pie?
Really?
Wow,
As a
man,
birthday
you live a
cake for
great
one of my
life.
grandsons.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice. That is very nice.
Homemade ice cream pie. Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
Homemade
Oh, yeah.
ice cream. Wow.
Yeah. Oreo
Very,
cookies
very
mixed
cool.
into ice cream. Oh boy, it was killer.
Yeah, it's always good.
See, the payoff of being a grandpa. Big time.
Best, right?
On this day in
can't-
history.
The secret is you can't have a lot of candles on that.
Right.
If you're doing it as a birthday. So we got the candle thing real fast.
Good for you.
Right. The
Good for
person
you.
has to be young because it can only be a few candles on there, right?
Oh yeah.
Two things
they're all young
happened.
compared to me.
Right.
Two things happened on this day in history. One I remember. I wouldn't have remembered specifically, but the other one I don't remember at all. And so it would be something we would just read about. But they say on this day in 1953, a tornado came through Stearns County in Minnesota. And this is the note on this day in history. The tornado came through Stearns County in Minnesota, picked up 4 cows, picked them up off the ground, and then set them down unharmed.
Oh.
I never heard that story ever.
That's
Me either.
Anyone else hear that story before?
no.
Dick's saying
Dick
yes.
probably has. Dick was there covering the story.
He was.
And then
It was an utter miracle.
It was an utter miracle. Boom, boom. I'll do the drummer. And then on this day in 2004, I wouldn't have been able to pick this, but I remember this, and maybe it's happened before. But in Western England, it rained fish at about 2:30 in the afternoon. Now, we've all heard of that before, right?
I haven't heard that.
You never heard that?
Yeah.
I've heard it. It must have happened more than once.
Oh,
Where-
wow.
I have not seen it rain cats and dogs, but I have seen it or heard it rain fish.
How does it rain fish? Why would that?
It was raining catfish.
It was catfish. Thank you, Dick. He's sharp as hell.
I know.
They'd swoop them up from the water,
This in and out.
waterway near the In-N-Out burger is what did it.
That's why he's on point.
He loves that shirt. Kim, that was a great gift.
I do.
The In-N-Out burger shirt.
The best is on the back, where
Oh.
you got a big picture of the drive-in. I don't know if you can see it, but
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful
Oh.
sky.
Technicolor.
Nice.
Very beautiful sky.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
Jim.
did get that. Based on that sky, I think there's an earthquake coming to California. It is 6:13 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by MGM Grand Detroit. At MGM Grand Detroit, they can't wait to see you again. They look a little different as they've made changes for your health and safety to ensure your visit will still be a grand time. They hope to see you soon. And remember to always mask up. 21 plus.
Mask up, Michigan. All righty. We've got it at 6:14, our WJR traffic and weather. That means we've got Dana Clark.
Traffic sponsored by Shelving.com. In your changed work environment, maximize space and increase performance in your manufacturing facility, warehouse, school, or home with Shelving.com's durable wire metal shelving and pallet racks. Order today at Shelving.com. Get a free warehouse safety pallet rack survey and 11% off. That's Shelving.com. We rack your world. Lodge northbound between McNichols and 7 Mile. The right lane is closed for construction through mid-October. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Generous Pour event at the Capitol Grill. WJR wine lovers, our friends at the Capitol Grill, are excited to announce this year's Generous Pour. For just $28 with dinner, you'll enjoy 7 remarkable varietals from Orange Swift winemaker Dave Finney, Wine Enthusiast Winemaker of the Year. Call 248-649-5300 or visit thecapitalgrill.com.
Continue to bask in some great weather now as we head through the next few days. Absolutely gorgeous. Some clouds around this morning. Otherwise sunny. Mostly sunny this afternoon, 79. Tonight, clear and even cooler down to 57. Suburbs cooler than that. Wednesday, plenty of sun, 78. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on News Talk 760 WJR.
6:15 in our Tuesday morning together for over 100 years.